September 2008. A 158-year-old bank collapsed overnight. $600 billion gone. Retirement accounts vanished. Millions lost their jobs. It felt like the world was ending. But what if I told you that the exact same mechanism that destroyed the economy then is happening again right now? But this time, it's not about houses. It's not about mortgages. It is about a poker game worth $7 trillion, played by the richest companies on Earth, with your livelihood as the chips. Welcome to the AI bubble. In just 24 months, we went from cool chatbots to a financial mania that makes the 1999 dot-com bubble look like a lemonade stand. We are watching a world where a CEO admits his product loses money on every single customer, and Wall Street responds by valuing his company at $500 billion. We are watching companies with zero revenue and a Google Doc raise $100 million rounds. But here is the twist. Everyone is waiting for the bubble to pop. They are waiting for the crash, thinking that when the hype dies, we can all go back to normal. We can laugh about the time we thought computers would replace us, just like we laugh about the Pets.com sock puppet from 2000. They are wrong. The crash isn't the end of the danger, it's the beginning. Because when the stupid money vanishes, something else stays behind. In 2000, it was fiber optic cables. Today, it is $6.7 trillion worth of high-speed infrastructure. And when the bubble bursts, that infrastructure doesn't just disappear, it gets repurposed, it gets hungry. And the only way to feed it is with your job. This is the story of the silent crash. To understand how we get to the crash, we have to look at the high. And this high started on a regular Wednesday, November 30th, 2022. Engineers were debugging code, cold brew was flowing, and then OpenAI dropped ChatGPT. Within 48 hours, the internet had a new obsession. People weren't just impressed, they were hypnotized. They used it to write breakup texts, explain black holes, and generate bedtime stories. It took Instagram 2.5 years to hit 100 million users. It took Facebook 4.5 years. ChatGPT did it in 60 days. It was the fastest growing app in history, and it sent Silicon Valley into absolute panic. Inside Google's headquarters, executives were having a meltdown. They had invented the technology. The transformer model was their research, but they were too scared to release it. But once OpenAI moved, the fear of missing out, or FOMO, took over. Microsoft threw $10 billion at OpenAI. Google panic-launched Bard, which immediately hallucinated in its first demo. Amazon started dumping billions into Anthropic. It became a gold rush. If your slide deck mentioned neural networks or large language models, you were basically printing money. We reached peak absurdity very quickly. We got AI-powered toothbrushes, AI recipe generators. One company raised $30 million to build an AI that summarizes the outputs of other AIs. It mirrors the insanity of the late 90s perfectly. Back then, all you needed was a terrible idea and a founder who could say internet, first mover, or disruptive 3 times to get a $100 million valuation. Remember toiletseattracker.com? No? That's because it was a delusion wrapped in optimism. But the current euphoria has a darker financial reality. In January 2025, Sam Altman admitted something that should have terrified investors. We are currently losing money on OpenAI Pro subscriptions. They charge $200 a month, and they lose money on every subscriber. Their pricing strategy wasn't based on math, it was based on vibes. Test 2 prices, see which one people complain about less, and pick that one. This feels familiar, doesn't it? It echoes the story of Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street. He didn't sell products, he sold the upside. He told people, you don't have to understand the company, you just have to understand the upside. He sold the dream of a beach house in Maui to people who just wanted to pay their bills. Today, big tech is selling the dream of artificial general intelligence to investors, despite the fact that the flagship products are bleeding cash. OpenAI's 2024 finances showed $3.7 billion in revenue and $5 billion in losses. They are selling $1 for 80 cents and hoping to make it up in volume. And Wall Street is cheering them on. But here is where the story shifts from a funny tale about bad investments to a scary story about the future of work. In the dot-com bubble, companies burned money on Super Bowl ads and sock puppets. In the AI bubble, the money is going into something tangible, hardware. NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, started wearing leather jackets to conferences like the Mick Jagger of semiconductors. And for good reason. His chips became more valuable than gold or oil. Renting a single top-tier H100 GPU costs $3 an hour, but startups need hundreds. A small cluster costs $1.1 million per month just to rent. Industry forecasts show that AI infrastructure will require $6.7 trillion by 2030. Let me break that down for you. That is $5.2 trillion directly for GPUs, power upgrades, cooling, and data centers. The four largest tech companies, Microsoft, Google, Meta, Amazon, are expected to spend $350 billion in 2025 alone. This is the trap. These companies are hoarding GPUs like doomsday preppers stockpile canned beans. They are terrified of being the next BlackBerry, the company that slowed down and died. So, like poker players with unlimited chips, they keep raising the stakes. If Microsoft folds, Google wins. If Google folds, Amazon wins. So no one folds. But what happens when you spend $6.7 trillion on machinery? You have to make that money back. And right now, the AI industry only generates about $200 billion in revenue. There is a 10 times gap between what they are spending and what they are making. They are banking on a hockey stick growth trajectory. But if that revenue doesn't appear magically from subscriptions, where will it come from? It comes from efficiency. And in the corporate world, efficiency is just a polite word for firing people. Every bubble is fueled by a lie. In the 1990s, the lie was clicks equal customers. In 2005, the lie was housing prices always go up. People bought houses like ramen noodles. Lenders printed loans like monopoly money. It was a national obsession. Buy, flip, profit, repeat. In 2008, Wall Street created complex financial products called CDOs, collateralized debt obligations. They took garbage loans, bundled them together, and paid rating agencies to call them AAA gold. It was financial alchemy. They turned toxic debt into investment-grade assets. Today, we have a different kind of black box. We have large language models. We feed them the entire internet, scraped without permission, and we are told they are the path to a $100 billion revenue stream. But just like the subprime loans, the foundation is shaky. Google's AI told users to put glue on pizza to make the cheese stick better. ChatGPT cites legal cases that never happened and statistics from an alternate dimension. We are seeing the cracks. The vibe is shifting from euphoria to doubt. But the investors are doubling down. They are drawing hockey stick projections based on vibes. They are ignoring the uncomfortable question, how much does this actually cost? It reminds you of Stratton Oakmont in the 90s. It was a carnival, midget tossing, champagne flowing, checks clearing. Jordan Belfort built a system where fear and loyalty were currency, and underperformers were cut loose instantly. The hype machine was loud to cover up the fact that the underlying assets, the penny stocks, were garbage. Today, The penny stocks are the thousands of AI startups with no revenue, raising millions on the promise of a revolution that hasn't figured out how to turn a profit yet. So, how does this end? History tells us bubbles don't deflate slowly, they burst. And they burst when a real-world event forces everyone to stop pretending. In 2000, the cash spigot shut off because interest rates rose. In 2008, it was the Lehman Brothers collapse, a $600 billion crater in the middle of Wall Street. In the AI bubble, it will likely be a moment where the unlimited chips of big tech finally run out, or shareholders demand a return on that $6.7 trillion investment. Imagine it is 2029. The industry promised $100 billion in revenue, but they are stuck at $20 billion. The massive data centers are built, the chips are installed, but the subscription money isn't there because people realize they don't need an AI to summarize their other AI's summaries. The bubble pops, the valuations crash, the startups evaporate just like the dot-coms did. In 2000, when the Nasdaq crashed 78%, $5 trillion was wiped out. Startups were ghosted. Foosball tables landed in dumpsters. But here is the crucial part that nobody is talking about. When Pets.com died, the internet didn't die. The fiber optic cables laid during the bubble remained in the ground. The server racks stayed in the buildings. The infrastructure survived the crash. This brings us to the most dangerous misconception about the AI bubble. People think that if the bubble bursts, the threat of AI replacing jobs goes away. They think, oh, it was just hype, my job is safe. They are wrong. The burst is exactly what puts your job in danger. Look at Amazon after the dot-com crash. In 2001, Wall Street marked Amazon for death. The stock fell from $107 to $6. They called it Amazon.bomb. So what did Jeff Bezos do? He didn't focus on vibes or dreams. He focused on ruthless execution. He cut costs. He optimized logistics. He used the infrastructure that the bubble had built to crush his competition with lower prices and faster delivery. When the AI bubble pops, Microsoft, Google, and Meta will be sitting on trillions of dollars of computing power that they have already paid for. They can't return the GPUs to NVIDIA. They are stuck with them. So, what do you do with a $30,000 chip that isn't generating subscription revenue? You use it to cut costs. You use it to automate the customer service department. You use it to write the code that junior developers used to write. You use it to generate the marketing copy that agencies used to bill for. In 2008, when the housing bubble burst, Wall Street got bailed out with the Troubled Asset Relief Program, $700 billion of taxpayer money. But Main Street got eviction notices. Unemployment hit 10%. 8 million jobs were gone. In the coming AI crash, the bailout for these tech giants won't come from the government. It will come from their own payrolls. To save their stock prices, they will deploy their AI fleets to slash human costs. But for a long time, there was a comforting lie we told ourselves. We said, okay, the AI might take the white-collar jobs. It might take the copywriters and the accountants, but it can't take the real jobs. It can't fix a sink. It can't stock a shelf. It can't wire a house. Economists called this Moravec's paradox. The idea was simple. High-level reasoning is computationally easy, but basic motor skills, like folding a towel or opening a door, are incredibly hard. It was the blue-collar insurance policy. We looked at robots from 10 years ago, stumbling around like drunk toddlers, falling over when they stepped on a pebble, and we laughed. We thought, I'm safe. My hands are my job security. We were wrong. While we were distracted by ChatGPT writing bad poetry, the engineers quietly solved Moravec's paradox. And this leads us to the terrifying final frontier of the bubble, the moment the screen decides to walk. See, the brain of the AI, the large language models we've been talking about was just the first step. The next step is embodied intelligence. This is where they take that $6.7 trillion brain and download it into a $20,000 body. Look at the humanoid robots being developed right now. We have Tesla's Optimus. We have Figure 01. We have Boston Dynamics. These aren't the pre-programmed arms you see in car factories that just weld the same spot a million times. These are general-purpose agents. In a recent demo, a robot named Figure 01 was asked to make something to eat. It didn't follow a script. It saw an apple on the table, identified it as food, picked it up with human-like delicacy, and handed it to the person. It reasoned, it acted, it learned. And here is why this matters for the crash. The economics of robotics are about to invert the labor market completely. Right now, a warehouse worker in a developed country costs about $40,000 to $60,000 a year. That worker needs health insurance. They need sleep. They get injured. They get sick. They join unions. They have bad days. A mass-produced humanoid robot is projected to cost around $20,000 to $30,000, not per year, once. Its hourly operating cost for electricity is pennies. It works 22 hours a day, charging for 2. It never complains. It never strikes. It never forgets safety protocol. In the cold, hard logic of the spreadsheet, humans are a liability. Robots are an asset. When the AI bubble pops and the money faucet turns off, companies will be desperate. They will be bleeding cash. They will need to show profitability immediately to keep their stock prices from going to zero. And the fastest way to become profitable isn't to sell more products, it's to stop paying humans. Imagine the convergence. You have the brain, the AI models that can understand instructions, plan tasks, and process visual data instantly. You have the body. Battery density is improving, motors are getting cheaper. The moment these two lines cross is the moment the labor market collapses. We aren't just talking about automated checkout kiosks anymore. We are talking about automated stockers, automated janitors, automated construction assistants. The infrastructure we mentioned earlier, those massive server farms, will become the hive mind for millions of these robot workers. The same GPU that was generating your bedtime story will be wirelessly guiding a fleet of androids to pack boxes in an Amazon fulfillment center. The compute power doesn't go to waste, it just shifts focus from creative writing to physical labor. This is the nightmare scenario for the economy. If AI takes the cognitive jobs, the analysis, the coding, the writing, and robotics takes the physical jobs, the moving, the sorting, the driving, what is left? We are moving toward a world where capital, machines, can do everything that labor, humans, used to do, but cheaper, faster, and without breaks. The silent crash isn't just about white-collar workers losing their emails. It's about the complete decoupling of economic productivity from human labor. We are building a machine that generates wealth without needing people to generate it. And in a system designed for profit, if you aren't needed, you aren't paid. The AI revolution isn't the chatbot telling you a bedtime story. That's the bubble. The real revolution is the quiet one. It's the grocery store camera that replaces the checkout clerk. It's the algorithm that optimizes routes so you need fewer drivers. It's the robot that unloads the truck so you don't have to. It's the boring efficiency that happens when companies are desperate to survive. In 2000, companies rebranded just to survive. They stopped pitching revolutions and started pitching profitability. Profitability in the AI age means automation. And what happens to the people who caused the mess? History is pretty clear on this too. Jordan Belfort, the man who scammed America, served 22 months in a minimum security facility where he played tennis and wrote a book. He turned his crimes into a blockbuster movie. He became a motivational speaker. The people he scammed? The teacher who lost her retirement, they got nothing. Only a fraction of the restitution has ever been paid. In 2008, no major Wall Street CEO went to jail. They got golden parachutes and quiet retirements. The system was rigged to privatize profits and socialize losses. When the AI bubble bursts, the CEOs who spent billions on vibes will likely write memoirs about their visionary risk-taking. They will give TED Talks. But the workers, the coders, the writers, the support staff, and soon the warehouse workers, will face a market where the tools to replace them are suddenly free and abundant because the infrastructure has already been built. But there is a sliver of reality amidst the doom. The companies that survived the dot-com crash, Amazon, Google, eBay, did so because they solved real problems. Google wasn't a portal, it was a utility. Amazon wasn't a dream, it was a delivery service. The AI companies that survive will be the ones that stop trying to be God and start trying to be useful. But useful usually means doing more work with fewer humans. We are currently living through the hype cycle. We are in the champagne flowing, checks clearing phase. We are listening to the modern equivalents of Jordan Belfort telling us that this time is different, that the hockey stick will go up forever. It won't. The bubble will pop. The hysterical valuations will collapse. But do not make the mistake of thinking the technology will die with the hype. The internet didn't die in 2000. It rebooted. It reshaped the world. It became the backbone of modern life. The AI bubble is building the backbone of the next era right now. Every $1 billion wasted on a hallucinating chatbot is also $1 billion spent on a server farm that will eventually need a job to do. And when the dust settles, when the crash is over, that server farm will be looking for work. And it will be willing to do it for $3 an hour. Can you compete with that? Because if 2008 taught us anything, it's that the next crisis doesn't look like the last one. It looks harmless, it looks profitable, it looks inevitable, until it isn't.